Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. So let's start right very quickly because I'm getting ready for my nail appointment. That's at 12 o'clock. And I was like, I guess I got some information late, or maybe I just didn't give a damn because things be coming up, and I just be like, girl, that's not my business. But I always feel like what is meant to come to light will always come to light. And I always feel like every opportunity and expansive experiences is a chance for us to face what we need to face. And a lot of things that we encounter are the inside of us speaking to the outside of us, which means that there's inside problems that need to be solved. And sometimes it has to be projected on the outside, right? Now, I do feel like a lot of people, right? Because I feel like this goes into a lot of things, y'all. I think that a lot of people don't want to take accountability and responsibility for their own actions. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just explain just a little bit, very lightly, politely. So, Umar Johnson, Dr. Umar Johnson, has been on a train for a lot of things. I hate train on a lot of things. Gay people, interracial dating, and I think even black women um how would I say this? Subconsciously. I think indirectly, okay? He's been attacking black women, he's been attacking LGBT people, and he's been attacking interracialness, like black people dating white people, which I understand why adults, I mean, why would one adult be concerned about what another adult is doing? I mean, girl, that's not my business. I don't care what another man or another woman is doing, but clearly there's some tea here. And I'm gonna talk about it very lightly because I think that a lot of problems that we have with predatorial, pedophilic behavior is the oppression of people trying to control other people's actions. So if I cannot do it publicly, I'm gonna do it privately. And I do believe that this leads to the demise of a lot of, people, a part of the LGBT community that on a daily basis face some type of, hatred, and even ultimately, it end up being their demise. A lot of people are under the assumption that the T is the only part of the LGBT that's, attacked and or taken out of this world on a daily basis, but it's actually all the above. Okay. And a lot of times they're not going to say, because of course they don't know for sure if this was the reason why this person was taken out because they were a gay man, or they were taken out because they were a bisexual man, or they were taken out because they were a lesbian woman. But that's what it is. And because of our ignorance, we assume that when a trans person get taken out, that they had to just be some type of deceiving, some type of deception being there, because you see that as a deception. And so either way, one of the things that kind of gagged me recently, and I'm really watching the clock because I have 15 minutes, is Dr. Umar's first daughter came out of the closet. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, this is giving me some type of like rebellious energy. This is not giving me like she's directly into women and she's no into women because she's been with women and blah, 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 blah. But this is giving me some type of rebellious energy. And I do believe that a lot of times when people are suppressing their true nature, it comes out in their children. Now, I'm not saying that every gay person or every straight person or, every bi person who are, is a descendant of a gay mother or a gay father. But I do believe that if we're half the chromosomes of our father, half the chromosomes of our mother, that there's something within our traits, because being gay, being bi, whatever you're attracted to, that is in your gene. That is not mutated genes neither. That's a part of your DNA. And so I do feel like a lot of people like this, they end up having children, because I told y'all the story about my old best friend who had a father who was very much machismo, right? He did not like LGBT people. He didn't like lesbian women. He did not like trans women. He did not like gay men. And he actually got arrested in the Bay Area. I'm not going to tell you the era, for gay bashing LGBT people in the Bay Area, from all the way from fucking Oakland, California, all the way to fucking San Francisco. And guess what? He ended up having a fruity ass son. No tea, no shade. And so that's how this works. And I really feel like this father had a little bit of gayness stepping in as well. That's why he was over here fucking these people up. And to really be honest with you, I think it was a lover's quarrel type of thing. Like he was doing something with somebody, the person really wasn't fucking with him like that, and so he retaliated. Because straight people ain't concerned about what gay people are motherfucking doing. Christian people are not concerned about what motherfucking Jewish people are doing. Muslim people don't give a fuck about what Christians are doing. So why the hell would somebody in Dr. Umar's position be concerned about what LGBT people are doing if that's not what he is? I'm just asking a serious question. And so what ended up happening is one of the things that he said is that the LGBT people are here, or the agenda from the beginning of time is to destroy the Black race. And that this is one of the programs they have designed to mess up the Black home. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, like, I don't think at any point in my life was I part of any type of programming. I don't think at any point in my life was I taught or told to be this. And I like this because one of the little clips that I saw, Dr. Umar gave an interview at a radio station or a podcast. I'm not too sure. And, you know, Dr. Umar was giving his opinion to this guy. And this guy was like, well, it would have took a lot of convincing for me as a straight man to be with another man. And he's like, well, I mean, out of your low self-esteem, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, if that's the same notion that you have for people becoming gay, why would you have the same notion for low self-esteem people becoming drug dealers? Because this all goes hand in hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I love to be corrected. This go hand in hand for all situations. Low self-esteem individuals become crackheads. Low self-esteem people end up becoming drug dealers. Low self-esteem people end up becoming womanizers. Low self-esteem people end up trying to do stupid ass shit to fit in. And I just at one point I had low self-esteem too, but I never did fuck the bad shit to try to fit in with society. So I'm like, I personally don't believe that. So I can't fight with people what they believe in. But I, at one point, had low self-esteem. But I went out here smoking drugs, doing drugs, hitting people, doing fuck the bad shit because I did not like myself. That sounds crazy as fuck. And let you tell it, me being a person who identify or fit in with the LGBT thing, I'm mentally unstable. So why is my story different from that? And even going into the idea there's an agenda to destroy Black people. So are these Black crimes that are committed, because you talk about mass incarceration, are these incarcerated Black men behind bars innocently? None of them committed a crime. None of them hit a woman. None of them did anything. Let's talk about even going into why they're not in the household. See, that was the excuse back in the day that Black men were not in the household because the white man was telling them not to. They were splitting that up. But my theory of that, and it's just a theory of mine, that most of these Black men don't like women. And that's what it is. And then I think he even mentioned something about the LGBT, or in Atlanta, Georgia, Black men, gay men account for the highest rate of the AIDS population or something like that. I'm just thinking to myself like, girl, but where is this society's fault? Outside of you guys trying to oppress and suppress people for being who the fuck they are. Because if you just minded your business, if y'all just allow people to be what they are with harm to none, we wouldn't have to worry about people out here sneaking around, having sex with men, having sex with women, and giving people the virus. If you let people be who they are and what they're meant to be, you wouldn't have people out here touching on children and touching on motherfucking animals. Now that is the motherfucking true tea. But see, nobody wants to talk about that because then people start looking at them. Because see, it's all about who plays the game better. I don't want to talk about what I'm into. I don't want to be honest about what I like. Let's project and worry about other people. And that's what we're having right now in the state of this world. I love it, or the state of this country. I love, honey, how RuPaul made a song, People Are People. And I believe that song came out in the early 90s. And the song talked about hating people for hating people just because they're people. We're all the same. And eventually all the hate beneath the surface will come to the surface. Right now in America, my honest opinion of what we are experiencing, this is things coming to a motherfucking head. This is things that need to be cleaned up and cleaned out. We've been pacifying, we've been covering all these years, and it's time to stop it. We've been pacifying and covering up racism. We've been pacifying and covering homophobia, transphobia. We've been pacifying and covering up people being motherfucking people with harm to none. Instead of worrying about what's going on in our house, we're worried about everybody else's motherfucking houses. And that's going on right now. These pedophiles are worried about what other people are doing instead of start with the motherfucking base of the fucking problem. It is the oppression of people, of their own identity. We're meant to be unique. And that's what be pissing me off about society. And it's why I don't really fuck with people. When I mind my business and I stay in my lane. Because, bitch, I will get real crazy and probably end up in motherfucking jail because people be worried about what the fuck other people be doing instead of worried about their own motherfucking self. We're meant to be different. Our fingerprints are different. Everything about us is different. Even going into like body parts, nobody's body parts is built the exact same way. So why do I have to succumb or be a part of what it is that you want me to be? Why have to live life the way that you want me to live life? And you're not living the life the way that you should be living life. And that's what it comes down to. So it's not about an agenda to take out the Black race. It's not about an agenda to stop the Black race from, producing, because they could do that with engineering of food. You drink enough liquor, you smoke enough weed, you burn yourself out, fucking and sucking on a lot of people. That burns you out. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Getting a lot of, damage from all the dicks and shit you're taking in your mouth, taking in your booty, taking in your vagina. Bitch, it fucks you up over time. It creates some type of friction that breaks the body down. So, like I said, we need to take responsibility and accountability for what we're doing and start with ourselves. And that's been my motto since the beginning. Worry about what we got going on. Stop worrying about what everybody's doing. And an example of his daughter coming out the closet, if it's a serious situation, is really some suppression shit going on with a lot of these people too. Because that's how I be saying, I be praying to help when I be seeing these people up here and they be hating on LGBT people and they have children that are coming up or that are of age. I'm like, girl, if there is a situation, because it's 1 in every 10, 1 in every 3. And you be the mouth of the fuck up. You do the mouth of the fuck I'm talking about. 1 in every. I be praying, hoping like, I hope this be the motherfucking kids or the motherfucking kid that make the motherfucking parent cry. Because at the end of the day, you should be loving yourself. And when you have children and things, because we could talk about my experience being born to heterosexual, oppressed parents in this motherfucking country. My story is a prime example of parents not loving themselves because they were not taught how to love themselves. They were in abusive situations. They were in situations where they were not fully in a place to blossom and to be themselves. But as they got older, they started to love themselves more. And so when they had children, they believed that God gave them these children. And something that they always instilled in us. Something that they always would say, regardless of what happened, I'm grateful for you being my child. So this is why my parents were accepting to me as they were to even my other siblings who've done things. Because in their mind, they're like, well, who am I to not like what I created? Who am I not to, like my children? If I don't love my children, regardless of what they decide to do, because it does not affect me, then that means I ultimately don't love myself. And that's what that comes down to. When people say they wouldn't like their gay son, they wouldn't like their trans daughter, they wouldn't like anything. Oh, I wouldn't accept my son. But these are the same people that would accept their son and daughter for having children not taking care of them. These are the same parents who will love their son and daughter for committing crimes, right? Even though they're not criminals themselves, but they will allow their children to commit these crimes and they will still love them the same. But no, if they become a gay person, if they become a gay lover, a trans lover, that is the ultimate, you gotta go. And like I said, be telling me a lot of tea, like, bitch, you don't love yourself for one, because you don't gotta like all gay people, but definitely your children. But two, it tells me that maybe your child is this way because you have some tendencies you were trying to lock up. Because I be looking at the parent shop and I be meeting people and they be like, yeah, my parents are not really accepting to whatever. I be looking, I be like, damn, these women be looking hard as hell. The woman be looking gutty. Shout out to my studs. And the daddies be giving me feminine, giving them honey. I remember I met this guy and I'm going to be done where he was into some shit and he was like, well, I come and have sessions with you because this is my way to relieve a lot of things at once because I have a strict, I grew up in a strict household and my daddy didn't play that. So I was like, oh, really? Okay. So I was interested to know what this daddy looked like. Baby, when I saw this father, I was like, okay, he's muscular, but he doesn't really give me masculine tea. This daddy gave me a queen girl. This daddy had good ass skin, eyebrows are nice and arched, nails had no cuticles. He had no cuticles to his nail bed. Girl, the nails were cut down short. Talk about this dad was a fucking construction worker. I was like, girl, bye. The daddy don't want y'all to do this type of shit because he do it. And if you catch the tea and you catch the lingo, now you can pick up what he's done and he doesn't want that. And that's how that go down. So a lot of people be hating on their children being LGBT because they be sissies them motherfucking selves. They be sucking and fucking and plowing and dowling and they don't want their motherfucking kids to be part of that tea. Because bitch, you know nothing about the motherfucking community. Why are you so obsessed about it? So that's what I think this shit. My little input on this Umar Johnson, his daughter coming out as being lesbian tea. I think it's been like what, 2 weeks now. I'm like, girl, listen, this is how it goes. We all know someone who is gay or bi. We all do. Don't be fooled. Okay, we all do. And that's what made a bitch like me start. My milkshake brings other boys to the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. I could teach you, but I have to charge. Bitch, you damn right. That's why I started motherfucking charging. See, a lot of these girls give it up for free because they ain't worth shit. They're just like these other people trying to figure out what they into and how to get by. I know what I want. I know what I'm into. So, bitch, if you gonna play in my motherfucking face and make it seem like I'm the issue, I'm the freak, I'm the nasty thing, and you want to come and have it on the phone on the side, even if it's just to sit down and, well, I've never had this. Let me have a conversation with you. Baby, I have to charge. What you got for me? So, bitch, in the end, who's losing and who's winning? Bitch, you call me all the names you want. Creature, freak, nigga, bitch, fag. I don't care what the fuck you call. Bitch, you're paying me. You're motherfucking paying me. And I got it all the way from the middle man to the lower man to the upper man. So, bitch, I feel very free in my existence. I feel very in the known. I feel very powerful knowing that, bitch, my weird ass, my outcasted ass is still motherfucking wanted. But the flip side is that we have a lot of oppression. We have a lot of issues that people are facing that are different. And it's really these people not really knowing how to express what they're into because they're afraid what their homeboys are going to think. They're afraid of what their mom and daddy is going to think. They're afraid of what their girlfriend's big mama's going to think. And a lot of these people now it's a couple thing, right? And they're talking about it's a system where they're set this up. Honey, y'all need to do y'all history. Even before the school system and shit got established, y'all need to do your history on these stories that they got from these gay men and gay women. Girl, they even had tribes over there in Africa where these older, wealthy men, and maybe this goes into pedophilia, which once again, I feel like is the oppression of homosexuality. If you really want to be honest with it, I think that it's the oppression of homosexuality, very similar to when an older man likes younger women. I don't think that he's into women that much that now he wants to go for a younger one. I think that still ties into oppressed homosexuality. He's trying to prove to himself that he's not gay. Because a lot of these men that be into younger girls have done shit with their homeboys. Okay? They go around, they scout with their homeboys. That's very homo. Okay, that's not heterosexual girl having threesomes, wanting to see what your homeboy is looking like and see how he works his piece. It's very homo. And like I said, that shop is not mine. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to sit here and act like we're not going to act like suppression and oppression does not create things because it does. And that's what I'm saying. Okay. So shout out to Dr. Umar for all these years talking about the LGBT people, worrying about how they getting fucked and shit. He's talking about they got anal condoms and shit. And I'm just like, girl, do you not watch straight porn? Talk about it's a gay thing because they start providing anal condoms for these kids to have it. Girl, do you not see straight porn? And have you not watched straight porn since motherfucking 70s and shit? They were doing anal shit on straight porn since motherfucking 70s. So you watching that close, you're that obsessed, you're that oppressed, you're trying to fight these gay tendencies so bad that you're obsessed about what they're doing with anal and all that shit that you think it's a gay thing? I mean, I'm really curious to know because that's what it's giving me. And this is all alleged to proven otherwise. But I'm telling you what I feel and what I see. I see a lot of weird tea going on there. And if we need to, we could do a dissection. We could do it beyond 11 midnight metanoia on what Umar and people of that type of energy is giving. And we give timestamps to dates. There we go. That only people will know what the significance of those dates are. And that's what we can do. And maybe that should be the type of reading I start doing now, girl, and not waste energy on energy that does not need to be wasted on. Because bitch, you're not investing in your own energy, bitch. So I don't give a fuck what you got going on over there. You know what I mean? Even though you want about what we got going on, we not care about what the fuck you got going on. Because my opinion is, if you so Pan African, go to Africa. That's my opinion on that. You so pro African, take a trip on over there. And then I would love for Donald Trump people to exchange, people want to denounce their citizenship for immigrants and let us sponsor. That should be on the ballot. It should say Americans who can financially sustain themselves could now sponsor immigrants who are undocumented. And then, of course, for every 2 people that want to denounce their citizenship, because that's what they should do, girl. They should do a thing of all these people that have these videos. They don't like the government and United States of America and shit. Girl, get your passport and skedaddle. Girl, have fun. They got videos of black people from the South, over there in Thailand and shit. They moving over to Thailand, girl. These thugs, girl, they moving from California, LA and shit to, Watson, Compton. They moving into Thailand and shit, in China and Korea, girl. I would love for these so-called American hateful people and the American got a system. Because let me tell you what this sounds like to me. And I'm really going to be done. If I listen, unless I'm mentally unstable, unless I am considered insane, I cannot stay somewhere I'm not wanted. I cannot stay somewhere that does not want me and love me for me. I cannot stay somewhere that every day on the day I'm walking around, I'm worried about what they're going to do, what they're going to pass that's going to fuck me up, and how am I going to survive. At this point, I'm going to get together with other people and I'm going to say, y'all, it's time to go. Y'all, let's pack our shit up. Let's go over here and buy land. And then let's call it a day. Because they were taking tours and shit over there to Egypt, correct me if I'm wrong, since the 90s. A lot of these, so-called conscious people, they were taking trips over there to Africa and Egypt and stuff. And I always wonder why they didn't stay. If they don't like America so bad, if they hate the government, if the racism is so bad, there's too much homos over here. They're passing laws to protect the homosexuals and shit. Why you didn't stay over there? Because I would have stayed. Let's talk about it. If I felt so free and so liberated in a place, I would have stayed, girl. That's why I'm where I'm at now. I love the people here before I went to. I love how people treated each other. I love the multicultural. I love the surroundings. I love the energy. So I stayed. And that's how it is. Stay where you're welcome. Stay where you want to be. You look crazy. You look like a cash cow. No, not a cash cow. A cash grabber. Because that's what it's given. They don't want to go to Africa, shit, girl, because they're making money off of making y'all think that they really hate this country when they don't. When behind the scenes, they having lunch with Donald Trump. Behind the scenes, they're taking, because these are the lower level agents. So they're having fun with the government, and that's why they're not going over there. That's why they're not staying over there. That's why a lot of them go to jail for heinous crimes and they get out. And you're like, how is that even weird? This is what they don't be talking about neither. The justice system is so unjustifiable. It's so unjustifiable. It's so detestable. It's so just so disgusting to the Black group of people. But a lot of these Black conscious people, y'all, and y'all need to be asking this to y'all. So this is what y'all need to be asking. How do these Black conscious people commit the same type of crimes as your brother, your sister, your uncle, your daddy, and they serve only 1 or 2 years? And then they come out and now they famous. They get pushed. Y'all never asked that? How do people go to jail and the people that got caught with them are in jail for like 20, 30 years? They're still locked up. And these so-called conscious leaders get out 2 years of serving time. And it's like, what? But yet they're saying that the system hate Black people. So it's like, so are you not Black? Are you blackfishing us? Or are you an agent? Are you an agent or are you blackfishing us? Because, girl, you served 4 years for the same sentence that your homeboy is serving, and he's still in jail. And it's been like 15 years? So you got to make it make sense. And you were the main person. So you got to make it make sense. Did you snitch? Or did they hire you to do what you needed to do? Well, you're an informant, so they gave you 4 years because you got caught up and you went beyond and above and beyond your informancy. Because see, that's how they get down too. They be informants and shit. They go serve time to make it seem like they were innocent. See, I had nothing to do with it, but I was an informant. Bitch, you are. And that's how I be looking at people crazy, girl. Because I like y'all be that. Y'all be on that little two-sided shit. Bitch, fake as fuck, act like you friends, but you Asians of fucking chaos. Anyway, but I'm done, y'all. That's it, honey. The new tea on Dr. Umar, y'all, is out there. Listen, I hope y'all be paying attention to these other people, what these other people got going on, because they all the same. They all have the same motherfucking frequency, the same motherfucking energy, and it's crazy. Okay? Anywho, bye for now. Oh, come on, Larry. How you doing, Larry? Good afternoon. Yes, honey. Ow. Yes, honey. Well, I walked 5K today at Hollywood Beach, Florida. Come on in here. 5K. You're talking about 5,000 steps. Woo, Larry. That's a lot. Congratulations, honey. We are great. Come on, King of Sheba. I thought it said King of Keisha for a quick second. Come on, King of Sheba. How you doing? I think it was African magic that colonizers used to get the natives together. You know what? Well, it could be because we talked about this before. This is history. So, ethnic people trace their steps back to do their magic, right? So, ethnic people, Black people, Hispanic people, Indigenous people, they're doing magic to reawaken. This is why they do ancestor veneration to unlock things, because we know. And see, a lot of people don't know about this, but we're going to talk about this, right? We go into ancestor veneration because there's things that have been locked away and kept from us. And so we venerate the ancestors for these things to come through us. That's why I tell you, if you really do ancestor veneration, people who do ancestor veneration, they're tapping in, moves differently from those who do not. That's why I always say that. Going into the, quote unquote colonizers, allegedly their magical books and stuff were destroyed. Very similar to what happened in the 50s or the, 40s, where a lot of Southern people, hospitals were burnt, so they don't have their birth record. They don't know what their real race is. Intentionally, they've done this intentionally to wipe out your identity. So a lot of these people that were born in the South during the 40s or even 30s, like they don't know, they don't have their birth certificate. They don't have anything that identifies them for them. Right? They don't have any real evidence of who they are. But magically, some of this documentation is stored in the libraries. Magically, you go into a library in the South, you can go to their, where they have all the newspapers stored at. And what I can't remember what they call that. Is it called a classified section? Where they have everything on these little discs that you put on this thing and you look through them. Y'all know what I'm talking about, honey. And you can go back to like the 1800s in your city. Everybody's city have this. You go down to your main library in your city, they have newspaper articles from when your city was first established. So everything you need to know about your city is in your library. And so either way, they allegedly had all their stuff destroyed, the, colonizers, aka European people. So of course, they didn't have their magic. But because, of course, they were taught certain things, they were taught that they're the rulers of the world, that everything is theirs. So they were like, you know what? If everything was ours and our shit got lost, the Africans practice a little bit of our folklore, which is true. Or the African Americans or the African Islanders, they practice a little bit of the Irish folklore, the German folklore. So me getting into the voodoo, I am kind of pulling in and tapping into my own ancestry because it's very much true. And then some of them took it as far as going into the next level, right? Well, you don't really hear too much about, European American, Caucasian American doing any type of like indigenous work. You don't really hear about them talking about they do brujeria or, anything like that. You don't really see too many of that. Actually, I don't think I've seen any that does it. But they do the African stuff because the African stuff that's in this country, and that's like you telling y'all, like voodoo, which is, practiced over there in Hades and stuff, it has some Irish roots, okay? It has some Irish roots. So you can say, well, there was Africans over there in Ireland, and that's why. You can say that if you want to. but it has some Irish tip in it. There's some Irish tea, and even a lot of the folklores in Jamaica, Obeah, all this other stuff. They have a lot of Irish and Germanic influences, and so that is the true tea. So yes, definitely. They use African magic to a T to get the indigenous people together to a T. But the other flip side as well is once you unlock it, you can't use magic against me. And I think that's what I liked about the TV show Love Country. They were kind of letting people know that there's a system of magic that blacks and whites practiced back in the day, and it was a war, okay, and that's what it came down to, was a motherfucking war. And so either way, some people lost the war, some people won the war. Same thing what's going on right now. Baby, pull out your magic bags. Bitch, pull out your little cauldrons. And you don't gotta worry about what Uncle Sam and Uncle Pam and Auntie Dana is over here doing, girl. Okay? Uncle Sam and Auntie Pam and Auntie Dana, catch the tea if you want to. You don't gotta worry about what they're over there doing. You know why? Because you got your shit locked the fuck in. And everybody witches until it matters. Everybody know magic until it comes down to whooping somebody's ass. Everybody can cast a spell until when it comes down to Uncle Sam knocking on that motherfucking door. Okay? Because we know they got teas to stop you from getting locked up. So you commit the crime, you do the time. You got to abide by the laws of the lands and the laws of the spirit. But a lot of you think you're going to fuck up the law of the land, and you think that magic going to protect you, and it's not. That's why you still get locked up. And that's why a lot of your YouTuber leaders, influencers, have criminal records. Okay, some of them are extensive, girl. Some of them go back to 1990 motherfucking 3 and shit, when they were like 16 years old. And I got all of it. I got all the information, baby. Mug shots, case numbers. Okay. Hello! I'm that bitch. I'm the daughter of Oshun, girl. Oshun always shows me what I need to see. I don't gotta ask people. And speaking of that, I did a reading. The other day on a skeptical person again. And this person was gagging the fuck out on this reading, y'all. And I wanted to ask them to record it. The next time I do, I'm going to record it. But there's a reason why I was saying this. Damn. Oh, yeah, they were like, so how do you know all this information? Where do you get this at? At first, they thought that somebody had DM'd me their information, y'all. They were like, wait a minute, I got to figure this out, because how would this bitch know this? So they thought that somebody had DM'd me this information, and I had to remind them, baby, I'm barely meeting you right now. I never asked you for anything of your information prior to this. I've never seen you before. So who would have gave me your information that fast in a matter of like 2 minutes? And I think they were gagging, y'all, because I was getting information that they haven't told nobody. And I always tell people, my gifts are my gifts, but there are energies that I tap into to get my gifts, to make sure that my readings and stuff are accurate. And they know they shit. That's why we say thanks to the spirits. They know they. Oh, and y'all, I'm sorry. I'm putting on my shit, like my wig and shit. But they know they shit, honey. So you can't keep nothing from these spirits, y'all. And that's what you be trying to think, girl. They be trying to act like they can keep shit from the spirits. And that's what it was that keep me in check too, because I'm like, if I want something from a spirit, or I want something, period, I know that spirits see all things, right? If spirits see all things, I'm not going to disrespect or sabotage a potential connection Because maybe there's a spirit that don't like criminals. Maybe there's a spirit I want to work with that don't like liars. Maybe there's a spirit I want to work with that don't like people who are fake, fraudulent, and phony. So do I want favor with you or I want favor with the spirit? I want favor with the spirit, honey. Girl, somebody's dog is going crazy right now. Anyway, y'all, love and lie. I gotta fly out here, y'all. I'm supposed to go get some gas too, but I guess I gotta wait. That's what I fucking get, huh? And I gotta go pick up an Amazon package. Damn, girl. I'm about to come way back over here. Whew. Anyway, y'all. Love and light, love and truth. We will be talking. Hey, Google, play Celine Dion. So I will be back, y'all. Love and light. Look, you say Celine Dion, they play fucking Whitney Houston. They play Whitney when you say Celine. Fuck! I don't want to hear Whitney right now. I don't want to hear that crackhead. Not man. Anyway, y'all. Bye, honey. Thank you, Larry. Thank you for your support, Larry.